Well, good morning. This morning we're over in Sanilac County on Cribbins Rd. It is a 63-acre piece of property I've got listed over here, though the seller will sell 20 acres off the north end and 43 off the south end if people are interested in buying something a little smaller. Beautiful piece of property out here. I'd say probably 70% wooded. Does have Black Creek that runs right down through the middle of the property from the northeast to the southwest. Probably 3/4 of a mile of frontage of Black Creek down through here. A lot of lowland around that creek with a lot of down trees and brush and heavy deer cover down in there in the flats along that creek. And then the eastern side and the western side, once you get up out of that creek bottom, is high ground, brush, some oak in here, some popple, lots of brush though, apple trees and that sort of stuff, thorn apples. There are some pine over here, and we'll wander around and get some pictures of those today. And we'll, of course, start off here with the probably one of the best rubs I've seen in a while. You can get her right there on screen. Big rub, definitely not a spike messing with that one. So we'll wander on back and get some more pictures. Hang with us. All right, here's our first view of the Black Creek and the river bottoms. This would be over on the northern part of the property on the 20-acre piece. We're pretty close to the south boundary line of that 20. But here's a look at the creek. Roll down so you can see the creek here. And a little tough to see way over there yet, but to the north and west of us, there's a bunch of pine back in there, a bunch of big white pine. Once you get out of this river bottom, you go up a pretty good hill over there to get up into those pines, but those pines are also on this 20 acres. And if we get real lucky, I hear another turkey gobbling over there in those pines. We'll see if we can find him. All right, we are still on the 20-acre piece. We are pretty close again to the south edge of it, but another view of the creek. Just a beautiful scene down through there. And that creek will get just about to the edge of the picture, and then it's going to swing to the south. And you can see those pines in the back. Again, those pines are on this 20 acres. And we'll slowly pan out in here to the river bottom. So you can see it's not really swampy per se out there. Though I imagine in the springtime when the snow melt and big rain, it sees its share of water. But right now, it's pretty high. I'm sure you can walk through there. And we're still making our way down the south edge of this 20. Just wanted to get you another picture of the river bottom here on the south side of the creek. This is an area you can get into from the road front over on Cribbins Rd. But in order to get over there to those pines and to that river bottom across the creek, you got to find a way through the creek because there aren't any bridges or land access points to get you over there. You got to wade across the creek. All right, here we are, I think exactly on the south property line of that 20, now looking over onto the remainder of the 63 acres, over onto the 43 acres. And there is what, according to the seller, used to be pasture land out here many years ago. And it is now grown up into pines, a lot of brush, and exactly what kind of brush this is, I am not certain. And there's also some thorn apple trees, lots of raspberry bushes. And we'll swing around. There's some pine that run between this brushy opening and Cribbins Rd. And back to the trail that takes us to Cribbins Rd. We are still making our way down the trail along it's actually probably on the 43 acre part of the 63 acres now. Nice panoramic view, looks down into lower part of the property, and if you look way over there along the edge of the pines, you can see that ridge. It comes up into those pines. Once you get into those pines over there, it's probably another 100 yards or so through those pines and on pretty much dry ground all the way west, and you'll come out to a neighboring farmer's field over there. I haven't mentioned this yet, but this place is absolutely full of deer. There are turkey here, there's waterfowl here, an untold number of rabbits that love this brush. Great piece of hunting land. Alright, found us a way across. Nice little shallow rapids here that's beat down with deer tracks. So this is obviously the deer's favorite way across the creek too. We're going to try to make our way over there into those pines and get you a view of this open water up here. Creek widens out in here. Seller tells me there's bass and pike in here. Thinking that's probably a pretty good spot for them right there. There is a good view of what the river bottom looks like over here on this side. This particular area, where west of the river now, maybe 50 yards. You can see all the dead timber that gets blown in here from spring. Big rains and snow melts push all this down in here. There's the ridge. I'm going to try and find a way up and over that ridge and see what else we can see. But you can imagine how much the deer love to be hanging out down in here. All right, by golly, we made it up that ridge. No simple feat for a guy like me that's got a right knee that's so busted up it needs surgery, but we figured out a way up that hill. Getting down might be more fun though. Anyhow, we are on the 43 acres, pretty close to south line of the 20 and the north line of the 43. Looking to the north down that ridge and over the creek bottoms. Made it into the pines, and we'll go get some pictures here in the pines. All right, pictures here in the pines, obviously planted. And there are a few oak in here as well as popple. These look to be mostly all white pine, all planted in a rows I should say. And also pretty thick back here in these pines too, when you're not walking down one of these paths through the row of trees. Not sure how well this will show up. This is one of the deer runways I got found over here on the western edge of these pines. Yeah, it's going down this old path. And we have made it over, coming out into the western edge of the property, right when the brush stops and the field starts over there. That is the back western edge of the property. And I'm going to guess we're pretty close to being on that 20 acres right here. And here we are at the very western edge of the property. This is a neighboring farm field west of the 63 acres. Looks like the farmer's got a little CRP grass running down through here, and then crops. This is back into the property. A bunch of thorn apple trees right there with lots of runways underneath them. And path going back up into those pines and then on east through the pines to the creek. Okay, we are right at, I believe to be the north line of the 20 acres. Again, we're still west of the creek, giving you a look down into that creek bottom and over to the creek. As you can see, it's easily walkable. The deer definitely like it down there, and the turkeys. And now we are going to go look south down the edge of the pines, and that is definitely on the 20 acres. All right, back through the pines, back from the western edge of the property, back to the steep hill and down to that creek. I'm going to cross right over there in those rapids. Oh, again, this is Cribbins Rd, 63 total acres. Seller is willing to split it into a 20 acre piece on the north end, 43 acre piece on the south end. All the aerials and that sort of stuff to show you that split are on my website at huntingforland.com. Any questions about this property, or if you want to set up an appointment to come and walk it, give me a shout. 810-597-1327. And I want to thank you folks a bunch for coming along with us out here on Cribbins Rd.